My uncle kept demanding that God doesn't recognize my marriage because it wasn't done in a Catholic church and that my husband and I will never last because he'll probably cheat on me in a few years when things inevitably become stale. Nice.
Huh.
I tried telling him I don't believe in the same things as him and wasn't concerned, so he got louder instead and I just had to walk away. Definitely gave my surrounding cousins a good laugh though. He does stuff like this a lot.
Oof, he does stuff like this a lot. I wasn't aware that, you know, Jesus Christ is the difference between stale and not stale. Mm-hmm. Apparently so.
Absolutely.
You know, which is kind of weird because it's like the bread that they give you is often stale. Just pointing that out.
Was at a lovely wedding, really romantic, all candle lit, fire hazard, and the reception was lovely. Best man made a good speech, then at the end he said, "Everybody raise your glass to," he said the groom's name and then accidentally called the new bride the groom's ex-wife's name.
Ooh. A little awkward. It's a little awkward. Okay.
Super awkward.
Yeah, a little awkward. I mean, as there's been a lot of like remarrying so far in this video. A lot of
So
like,
true.
a lot of exes going on.
2022.
Do you invite your exes to your wedding? I feel like you don't.
No.
I feel like you don't do that, or not that she's invited, but I feel like I don't know.
Say
why.
goodbye.
But for him to say that, was it because he was with her for so long? Was it a recent breakup, then they got married? Like why? I don't know. Was it a Freudian slip? I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Your guess is as good as mine.
I got questions.
So, first message, and I haven't set a new date for the wedding yet. Just wanted to let you know we won't be doing the wedding at... Sorry, I'm having a hard time seeing that.
At blank. It just says, like, I think they like crossed it out.
Just wanted to let you know that we won't be doing the wedding at whatever location, and COVID vaccines will be required, kiddos too. Wish you the best of days. What do you mean? We have decided not to get the vaccines, and they're not available for kids, but I do wish you two best. Take pictures. I was really hoping you would come, but it's your decision. I have to be honest, it hurts me too. Oh, this is just kind of like sad.
Yeah, I don't
You
think
know?
this is a male Karen necessarily.
No, I mean, like, this all seems like pretty, like, just 2021-esque level stuff, 2022 things, like,
Yeah.
this sucks.
And regardless at this point, like they said, like kids couldn't. So this was before like it had been approved for kids too. So it's
True.
just kind of like, what are they supposed to do?
Yeah, true, that's fair, yeah.
My mom and dad walked from table to table and quietly told everyone that they were separating at your wedding. Oh my gosh.
Imagine thinking to yourself, like, this is the right time for this.
Like-
you know, like, congratulations, son and or daughter. Me and your mother don't love each other anymore and we will be leaving.
Like what the heck?
This is your new dad.
Am I the for telling the bride that it is too expensive for her bridal party to spend $2,000 to $5,000 for a bachelorette plus her costs plus pay for other bridal events? No, you are not. That's insane. That's insane. I totally get like some people like to go lavish for their like parties and all of that stuff, which is, you know, fine. But I feel like if you want to spend thousands of dollars on a party, you also shouldn't expect anyone else to pay for your own costs. And like you should keep it to just the one event. And you also shouldn't be upset when people can't afford to spend that much money. Like that's an insane amount of money for one party. And some people can, which is fine, and they should do that. And other people can't, which is also fine, and they should not do that. The groom sent every guest a mail asking who needed babysitter at the wedding for the night. I answered that we would not need, as we will have to put our 3 children to bed at 10 or 11 p.m. He texted me angrily that it was not acceptable not to stay at least until 1 a.m. and that he would prefer me not to come rather than us leaving the dinner early. First of all, who's eating dinner till 1 a.m.? Like, no way, Jose, I'll be hungry long before then. I told him that we wouldn't come if he preferred, and he immediately canceled my room booking. What a psychopath. That's just so weird. Ew, that's so weird. Also, yeah, sorry, I don't want a stranger that you've organized looking after my children. Thanks, but no thanks. Also weird, just weird. What if I don't want to stay till 1? Now I'm suddenly a bad friend because I'm leaving at 10 or 11? No. Thank God he canceled your room booking because he also canceled that friendship.
Is that Thanos? Question mark. Who we?
What are we supposed to see?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, their faces are blotted out. What are we looking at? Oh my god, the dude in the back. The dude in the back.
Oh, it is Thanos.
What? What are you doing there, Thanos?
It really is Thanos.
Why are you there?
I didn't even see that.
Why are you there?
Well, lonely maybe.
No.
Oh my god.
Well, I guess this was like, you know, the 50% of people that lived. And he liked these folks, I guess, so.
Facts. The groom's little brother was the best man and approached his speech like he was trying to do a roast of the bride and groom. He made fun of the groom's career path, pediatrician, made jokes about the bride being emotional/crazy and a gold digger, and joked that spending the rest of one's life with her sounded terrible. One of the bridesmaids ran out of the reception hall crying, with the bride following on her heels. The bride's parents and aunts and uncles were turning beet red and looking furious. You could cut the air with a knife, and it was horribly uncomfortable for all the rest of us.
Oh man. But we might have went a bit too far. Like,
But how do you go from being like, haha, this guy's a children's doctor, to being like, this lady's emotional and she's only marrying him for his money?
and being with her forever sounds awful.
It's just not even close at all.
Yeah, no, you are right. Fair enough. Fair
Also,
enough.
wouldn't you roast your brother way harder? Like, my older brothers,
Yeah.
if I was doing a speech at their wedding, first of all, like, I would say only nice things about the woman they were marrying.
That's
and then
true.
them, I'd be like, you're the idiot
Yeah,
who used
yeah.
to do this dumb thing. Don't think I forgot.
You're so right. You're so right. Yeah, no, I was giving him too much credit actually.
Right?
That was just bad to begin with, man. We were doomed for failure on that one. Okay, we had a relatively small wedding, just 100 people, including a whole bunch of my family visiting from the other side of the country. My husband's groomsman, Jim, decided to get drunk, as he should, just saying. Whatever, no big deal, we were all a little sauced. Jim, however, decided to get fall over, slobber knockered drunk. Never referred to getting drunk like that, but I will be from this point on. And on the bus ride from our wedding venue to the hotel, puked out the open bus window. We were on a large highway. His vomit traveled down the side of the bus and directly into the open window of my 80-year-old grandmother and aunt visiting from the other side of the country. We don't speak to Jim anymore. Oh, Jimbo. Jimbo getting slobber knocker drunk on the bus.
But I do have to say, what are the chances of that happening? Do we really have to cut Jim out forever?
You know, and I love that too, because you already know, like, Jim, once he's sobered up, probably be like, but like, what were the chances, man? Like, dude, I don't even understand. Like, I went out the window, you know, it's like, and honestly, in that regard, you're right, you did. Is anybody allowed to get that drunk at a wedding? Like, if you're the groom, are you allowed to get that drunk, do you think?
You probably wouldn't want to, because you'd want to like remember your wedding and not be like blackout, right?
That's fair, yeah. I'd want to get blackout at the reception, maybe.
Maybe.
You know, like it's like I could.
At the ceremony, it's like 11 a.m. and you're just sloshed.
Just like absolutely gone. Like, oh
You're
man.
like, I do.
Yeah.
My mom's half-sister got married when I was like 13. The reception was at a hotel, and about halfway through, some former friends of the bride, 5 to 6 of them who weren't invited, showed up and tried to start a fight. They got kicked out, but they weren't done. They somehow got They somehow got back in and rode 3 motorcycles through the main floor. Needless to say, a ton of cops were called. After that settled down, the groom got so wasted, he ended up doing drunken handstands on the dance floor and passed out.
Okay.
That's gonna be Nick, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of the vibe, you know. It's like I could get wasted like at the or like after the ceremony, you know, at the reception and like do some handstands and have some fun and pass out and like that'd be great. Like
So ridiculous.
like where that come from? You know, like
motorcycles.
Isn't that a felony? Okay, my sister's husband decided our open bar was not good enough and crashed a reception in another part of the facility. He was escorted off property. Huh.
That makes a lot of sense.
That he was escorted off the property, absolutely. What doesn't make a lot of sense is that he crashed another reception when you already had an open bar. That doesn't add up to me.
No.
No.
My uncle waved a knife around, drunkenly ranting in Chinese, then threw a microphone at the wedding cake.
Huh.
What in the world?
Why?
This is the most wild one-sentence story I've ever read.
Yeah. It's also by Ye Old Hot Dog. So you know that they're living their best life and dealing with the wild stories on the regular.
Some things are going down.
I think that the theme so far, like I might need to retract my statement about getting like absolutely blackout at the reception, because it seems to me that the theme of everything that's going wrong here has to do with somebody getting blackout and then doing some dumb crap, you know?
Us, the bridesmaids, did everything from dragging 250 chairs and setting them up, to hauling furniture down 2 flights of stairs, positioning it in other places. During the wedding, I learned that the bride and groom were trying to avoid all of the setup. Toward the end of the party, almost everyone had left, and I realized that 2 of the groomsmen were so drunk that they were going to be useless, and it would again be on the bridesmaids to clean up and put all the furniture back up the stairs. I went to tell the bride goodbye. Yeah, I can imagine. Like, I do get it as like the bridal party and stuff like that, and also like the groomsmen and all of that, like they should help with the setup and the well, I mean, should I use lightly, but like, you know, it makes sense that the bridal party helps, but like wouldn't also, I'm so hands-on, like I would be the one who's like there making sure everything's how I want it to be. I'm not leaving things up to anyone else. I would be stressed. I would be so stressed. I want to be involved. What if I show up and the furniture isn't where I want it to be? You know? I don't know, maybe that's just me, but that is kind of rude. I'm talking 5 solid hours of crafting for the bride's decorations at her house that should have been completed months ago. The bride was also super drunk and wasn't even being gracious about it. She was literally calling us dumb bleep. I never spoke to her again after I left her wedding. Yeah, I can imagine. If, like, weddings suck. Like, well, weddings don't suck. The preparation for weddings suck. It's a lot of work, so many little dainty things to do, like, you know, it's a lot of work regardless. Even if you have a ton of money and can just buy everything, it still can be a lot of work. Just like harassing your bridesmaids while they're helping you though, and insulting them and calling them rude things, just seems unhinged. Like, there's no like, oh, she was stressed, that can like cover this behavior, you know?
During the best man speech, the best man proposed to the maid of honor. Totally stole the night from the bride and groom. Now the best man and maid of honor are in the process of divorcing.
I feel like unless you get like very express consent, like some people are completely okay with this, which is great, but like you need to ask and like be like, you can say no, cause
I could not agree more with you. I completely agree. It's not your night. That's the only way to put it, I think.
Would you propose at someone else's wedding?
If I had that explicit, direct, yeah, like, yeah, dude, go for it. Then yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like maybe after someone caught the flower, what do you call that?
The bouquet toss?
Is that what it's called? Yeah, the bouquet toss. I thought maybe it was like an official name for it.
I don't think so, but
yeah, like maybe during then, but I'd have to ask first, because I love attention, but it's not my night. You gotta know your place. Leave the room.
Facts. Divorced father of the groom started up about how much better his new wife was compared to his old wife during his speech.
Well.
On, and the qualities of Asian women versus white women.
Nice.
I've never looked at my shoes so hard in my life.
Nice.
What in the world?
Way to go, Dad. Way to go. Nice.
Oh my God.
That's so funny to me. I can't see, because I know if that was me, everyone in the room would be like cringing, like just like getting sucked up into their, like just couldn't.
God.
Level 4 cringe, you'd be dying. But if that was me in there, I would be staring at him with the grin, because I know, I'm like, please continue, please, this is great.
Oh my God, my dad is like really unembarrassing, like he's actually really cool, but he always likes to make jokes about what he's gonna do at my wedding, and I'm like, Dad, do not, I will kick you out. I would never kick my dad out of my wedding. He could be hammered drunk, and I would be like, well,
that's my dad.
I wouldn't be here without this guy, so.
True, that's true. That's my dad.
So these 2 girls I know that have been friends for approximately 20 years are having, I acted out the little symbol there, are having their weddings on the same day, separate locations, and 2 different people, by the way. Okay. Bride A is having a surprise wedding and has invited all of her friends and family over for a late 30th birthday party where she and her beloved will tie the knot in their backyard. Invitation sent with RSVP. Bride B is having a super extravagant wedding of the century and sent out the invitations for the same day as their friend, Bride A, late 30th birthday party. And yes, Bride B is in the know and actually supposed to be a surprise bridesmaid in Bride A wedding. Obviously not happening. What? Why would Bride B do that? Also, a surprise wedding? I've never heard of that before. Would you be down?
Nope.
Would you be down for that? If I thought I was going for a 30th birthday party and it turns out to be a wedding, I'd feel terribly underdressed. I would wear very different things to those events. But like, why would Bride... I'm just gonna say it, I don't think they're friends anymore. That's like worse than like, she threw a party on the same day as my party. A wedding on the same day as my wedding. Not good.
Today, my immature stepfather rubbed my head, destroying the $300 hairdo that took 2.5 hours to finish. 3 minutes before my wedding ceremony.
That's like the most wedding thing I've ever heard.
I'm gonna assume that was the bride. Look, I don't feel like the groom would get a $300 haircut. I feel like this was the bride just going on price.
I feel like it.
But also, the bride, don't ruin it. The bride, I feel that energy, that dad energy to cause some. I get that. I understand that. You gotta embarrass somebody. If someone's not being teased or whatever, like that's what dads do. That's what we do.
True.
But just $300, it's their wedding, maybe
stay away from the hair and the face.
Yeah, stay away from the moneymaker. Just stay away from that.
Exactly. But also, like, I feel like when you get married, of course, like, people dream about that day for so long. So of course you want everything to be perfect, but I feel like the less pressure you put on it, the more fun you're gonna have.
I completely agree.
It's never gonna go how you've dreamed of it going. There's literally zero chance of it going how you picture it in your mind, because there's so many factors.
Absolutely, especially a little bit of this.
So much of this.
So much of this.
Oh
hey, Dad.
So I'm like, I'm not kicking the man out.
Exactly. I want an open bar.
Well, okay, so my dad basically ruined my wedding. From serious _ combination.
Okay.
Well, my dad kind of sat in the corner the whole time with a total miserable look on his face. The lady who married us made a harmless joke about my last name. My maiden name is 13 letters long and Polish. Okay, can relate. And my married name is 1 syllable and easy. My dad cursed at the lady marrying us for disrespecting his last name during the ceremony. Loud enough for some of my guests to hear it. Imagine if somebody was like, Kozlowski, that sure is a long name, I'd be like, you would be correct.
I feel like maybe Dad's just not happy with the whole wedding in general, because he's kind of sulking in the corner. Like, you shouldn't have married that. Doing some dad sulking in the corner, so something strange there, I don't know. But then to get triggered by the last name, I don't know, maybe.
So weird.
I don't know, that is very strange.
You got like a long last name too.
I do a very long last name, and every time you go to like substitute teachers, oh my God, they read out the attendance and I'm always at the top. I'm always like number 2 or number 3, and they're like, all right, Rachel, and you're like, here, and then it comes down to me and it goes, Andrew, Castonguay? And I'm like, yeah.
Castonguay.
Oh my God, you know how many variations, and that's not even how you spell it, there's not even an I in it. And I can't even read and I know that.
Castonguay.
Castonguay.
I really like that one a lot.
That's what there's a guy that saw the name, and for 4 years of high school, he's like, oh, Castonguay.
I'm calling you that now.
At the altar, the best man announced that the groom was gay and that the wedding was canceled. Oh, okay. All the guests waited while the couple sorted their lives out. In the end, they split the reception and each family had their own dinners.
Honestly, I would love to have been at that wedding.
Very interesting. That's some drama. That's some TV level drama. To get to like, I would say cold feet at the altar, but it's not cold feet. That's just like coming out of the altar. That's crazy. That's I mean, there's always not a good. I don't know, but that's like, oh my God, all the money you spent on the dinners and oh my goodness. I mean, the family's got their own dinners though. That's nice. But wow. Drama. No, you never forget that.
Also, when did the other person who was in the who's supposed to be married, like when did they find out? I would pay money to see that. I'm not gonna lie.
That's, oh boy. I went to a reception where the groom planned to sing and have fireworks launch on the last note. Nice, classy. Well, the last note came, but the fireworks didn't. He threw the mic down and left to fight the fireworks guy. No fists were thrown, but somebody ended up in the lake. You can't fight the pyrotechnics guy. We can't fight him. What? Did you imagine just being like, and I did it all, and there's no fireworks? You're like, you throw down the mic and you go to like, all right.
Oh my god, and just make the last note good enough.
Yeah, just belt it out, dude. Frank Sinatra's not that hard. Just belt it out, buddy. It's not that hard.
It's not that hard.
I think that's what you play at weddings. It's either like dinners or weddings. It's all Frank Sinatra.
Something like that.
That's it, yeah. Or Michael Bublé. I feel like that's the modern equivalent. Modern Michael Bublé.
Michael Bublé.
Michael Bublé.
Bublé. The bride's father was super late to walk his daughter down the aisle. While we waited, the air conditioning broke and it was over 100 degrees outside. What's that in Celsius?
That's like 65, 70 degrees. I don't know. What is that, Chris? Don't you like double it, not 30, so like half it and minus subtract 30, so it's 25 degrees Celsius.
That's pretty hot. That's not, it is hot for
about
a wedding.
30 degrees. Yeah, it's pretty hot, 30 degrees.
The food got spoiled and most people left after the first dance. Oh, that's a bad wedding.
I don't know about you, but I don't do heat. I don't do hot.
I would rather be hot than cold.
I'd rather be cold than hot.
I feel like I get like prickly when it's cold.
I turn into Pizza the Hut on the couch. Somebody come over and give me a sponge bath. I can't have to have air conditioning is an absolute deal breaker. If there's no air conditioning, I'm not coming over.
Yeah, honestly fair. I cannot live in a place that doesn't have air conditioning in the summer.
Gotta have it. But I get the heat thing though too. Like having cold feet in the winter, that's just,
it's terrible.
You know, we're from a cold place. You understand.
So cold.
Yeah. Minus 40 on the reg? Yeah.
So cold. Yeah. Oh my god.
That wind chill? Icicle, yeah. Did you walk to school or did you take a bus?
Oh, we moved around a lot, never lived close to our school, so we always got driven to school.
Oh, you got driven?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's better.
Yeah.
But it's like what, 25-minute drive in?
Depends. Like later, we lived further out of the city, so it was like a 30-minute or so drive. But I
walked. I live right beside a lake too, so in the winter, it would go to like minus 40, and you're just like, the buses ain't starting. Why the hell am I going? Go to school! And that was my mom. Hi, Mom. But yeah, I still walked anyway. I don't know why. I don't know why we did. I was stupid. And I get to school and nobody's there. It was grade 9. I was an idiot. Grade 12 I didn't. But grade 9, nobody's there. Teachers are like, what are you doing here?
Yeah. I'm like, what are you doing here? I had to come because you showed up.
Yeah, exactly. You don't show up, I stay home, play Call of Duty. That's it.
That's it. The groom got so drunk the night before that he couldn't make it to the altar. He made an appearance at the reception, but he looked like a zombie and wasn't dressed up. The couple divorced within 6 months. I saw that coming from a mile away.
No kidding. You can't show up to the altar, buddy.
You missed your own wedding? Throw away, throw yellow. Okay. I'm a wedding photographer and I see this all the time. Guests are forced to be in the blaring sun with no water or beverages. Brides don't think about the guest's experience. Usually by the time it's all said and done, the guests are often done after the ceremony and peace out after the meal. Honestly though, that's like kind of not surprising. I get it because like obviously the bride and groom are like the focus, but at the same time, like I feel like my goal, if I was to have like a big wedding with like lots of people and stuff, would be for everyone to leave being like, that was a great wedding. Because like weddings can be so fun, but they can also be the absolute worst. Oh, just in the sun, no beverages. That's all I want is beverages. At a wedding, all the beverages. I've officially dropped out of the bridal party. I'm a size 12 with no plans on dropping to a size 8 by December. Just a few things to ask. I handpicked all the dresses and bridesmaids that will be there and they will all be a size 8. So if you're not a size 8, I recommend hitting the gym, no offense. What the hell? That's so weird. That's the weirdest thing. I also would drop out of the bridal party. Like regardless, even if I was like, what if somebody's like a size 6 or a size 4?
Sorry, we only carry sizes 1, 3, and 5.
Now they gotta wear a dress that's too big too? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
What reality you live in?
Not everyone is just the same size. That's weird. That's weird behavior. That's just weird. Like, why? 8 is so random too. I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say on this one. I would drop out too, just because that's a weird rule. I'd be like, who am I supporting here? Am I the for not giving my cousin Mike a +1 to my wedding because his girlfriend smells like eggs? Well, Mike just found out he's the only close family member not getting a +1. When he pressed me on the issue, I told him that she smelled. He yelled at me and called me some unpleasant things before saying if she wasn't coming, then neither was he. Yeah, I like do think that that's the move, like, cause she smells like eggs? I don't know, man. Why does she smell like eggs, first of all? But like, I don't think you should not invite somebody because they smell like eggs. And also, I understand why Mike was like a little annoyed by that, especially if he's the only close family member not getting a +1. Like, she's clearly being singled out and she probably wants to know. Also, I like don't blame people who, if they're going to a wedding and then they don't get a +1, like that's okay also. You don't have to give anybody a +1, like you don't want a bunch of randoms at your wedding, that's totally fine. But I also don't blame somebody if they don't get a +1 for not going because their spouse isn't invited. Like I also don't blame that. I can see both sides on that issue.
So these two people I went to high school with got married today, and this was really the groom's fit. I'm crying. No, it wasn't. It can't be. It's impossible.
Down to the Crocs.
It's impossible. I don't, like, no.
The emojis kill me.
Yeah, they do. They do. If this is actually real, then that is real life, like exactly what they're feeling. Like, my dude's probably wearing shades as well.
Would you still get married?
No.
I would leave them at the altar.
No, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. If literally, if I saw, you know, it's like my future wife, fiance is walking down the aisle in Crocs and like shorts and a t-shirt, no. No. It's not happening.
We're getting a divorce already.
Yeah.
So there's a video, a 17-minute video. Don't know what you mean. Hey, so we were just looking at the CCTV and saw that you had 2 pieces of the wedding cake. We announced that each guest must pay per slice and noticed that you only paid for the one. Can you please send 366 ASAP?
You're kidding. You can't be serious.
You monitored people's cake consumption through CCTV?
The 366? Clearly the honeymoon has you down bad. Like that was an expensive wedding, I guess, because it's like we gotta collect every dollar and cent here.
Why get married at that point? Like, if honestly, I think everyone should have their dream day, but I'm kind of also like, hey, if I didn't have money to pay for a wedding, we're getting cupcakes from the grocery store.
Also,
the ones on sale.
Like another ridiculous thing, like first off, to text them is ridiculous, but then also to have the policy in place that you're gonna pay per slice of wedding cakes.
Per slice.
What? I've never heard that before.
Just have a flat fee.
Totally, yes, this makes it better. I mean,
per slice?
Per slice, but like that's crazy.
That's so
that's
weird.
Stupid.
I bet they didn't have an open bar.
Oh, hell no.
There's no way. Imagine they had an open bar, but you had to pay per slice.
Just like all the money
That's
went to booze.
Crime. My closest cousin, the closest thing I have to a sibling, has officially confirmed I won't be her maid of honor because I'm too fat for a maid of honor role. Have to lose some weight before December or no maid of honor duties for me. I shan't be attending the wedding. What is with everybody on having a weight limit for their wedding? This, like, is that not the weirdest thing you've ever heard? It's just so strange. I just feel like there's so many other things to worry about on a wedding day and like in planning a wedding. I don't even know how your mind goes there. It's just insane. Also, like, no. I love this person. Yeah, I shan't be attending the wedding. I love it. I wouldn't either. My friend is having her wedding this fall, but she can't afford it, so she is trying to get her friends to work for free. After a month of begging and repeated texts, I give up and quote her that the cake she wants will be $400. I was getting her a $100 gift for her wedding, so if she doesn't want the gift, I'll charge her $300. She got upset, saying she can't afford it and she's only willing to pay $100 for it. I lost my temper and told her she doesn't deserve a nice wedding if she can't pay people what they're worth and hung up. I mean, it's true. I like have sympathy, you know, for not being able to afford all of the things that you want. I can understand that, you know, that's not the best situation to be in. But also, your misfortune doesn't have to be everyone else's misfortune as well. You know, there are other ways around it. You can also just postpone your wedding and save up. You could just not have this big fancy wedding at all.
I'll never consider that.
There are just other options other than being a bad friend, but maybe that's just me and my opinions.